Is this thing on? Yep, it's on. Hey guys and girls, it's your girl Green Fire Motivation, aka Judy Owens, and I'm excited because it is Motivation Monday, and we're kicking off another week to our Dive into Debt series. And so, oh, before I say anything else, guys, do you see this hoodie? Look at the color. It's green. It's green, it's green, it's green. It's green, it's green, it's green. Green Fire Motivation. Green means go. Green Fire Motivation. Green means go. Green, 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 green. I want to send a special thank you to my friend Alana Moore. Alana Moore, Miss Teach Love herself. This is where I got her this wonderful green sweatshirt from. Faith is Bae. Believe, ask, and execute. That is Alana Moore-ness butterfly when Alana speaks. So, once again, this is your girl, Green Fire Motivation, aka Judy Owens. This channel, Green Fire Motivation channel, is to help you to take action and take control of your life. So by all means, hit the subscribe button, hit the like button, hit the share button. Definitely leave some comments at the bottom. So, Green Fire Motivation has a question for you, as always. The question today is, do you believe that debt collectors are the devil? So I'm going to ask that question again. Do you believe that debt collectors are the devil? Okay, so obviously this is a rhetorical question. However, we have some people who believe that they are the devil, and then we have some people who do not believe they are the devil. Now, contrary to popular opinion, I believe the debt collectors are not the devil. Okay? Now, I will say this. Some of them tend to have a bad attitude when you don't pay. But they're not the devil. They simply have a job that they've been hired to do. And their job is to collect on debts that have not been paid. Okay, so let me explain what a debt is. Okay, a debt is where you owe someone else something, right? Okay, so in exchange for one thing, you were supposed to give them something. So let's say, okay, I'll put it to you this way. I used to be a debt collector. I was a debt collector for 8 years, and I'm not the devil. At least I don't think I'm the devil. Now, sometimes I could get a little upset and a little frustrated and express myself aggressively, but I wouldn't say that makes me the devil. I think that just makes me an expressive person when I'm very emotional. However, being a debt collector, my position, I had to call people and I had to ask them to make their car payments. Right. So, most of the time, contrary to popular opinion, people wanted to pay. But then, of course, there were the times where they didn't pay. I don't know anyone who wouldn't pay for a vehicle if they could afford to pay for it, right? But I do know some people who made bad decisions with their finances and ended up getting themselves in debt when they could not actually afford the vehicle. So this is a complete side note for what I was supposed to be talking about. But when you go to purchase a vehicle, okay, first thing, you have two parts of the loan. The first part of the loan is the amount that you get the vehicle for, so to speak, the sale price. Okay, and then there's something called a contractual amount. The contractual amount factors in all the interest that you will have paid on that loan if you pay that loan on time every single month for whatever length of the loan is. So if the loan is a 60-month loan, then if you pay every single payment on time by the due date, you'll have paid this actual amount. That's the contractual amount. So you could say, I got the car for $14,000, and technically you did, but unless you pay it off tomorrow, that $14,000 is probably gonna look more like $17,000 to $18,000, depending on what your interest rate is. Okay, so let me get back to what I was talking about. Debt collectors are not the devil. Okay, they're basically just trying to collect on a contract that you have between you and your financer, whether it's a bank, whether it's a personal loan, or however. Okay, and they're just asking you to pay back what you agreed to pay on. That's basically what they're asking you. Okay, now to put this into perspective, think of it this way. Okay, so say for example, you have a friend, okay, and between you and the friend said, okay, can I borrow $100 and I'll pay you back in 30 days? Okay, so you say, okay, I'm going to let you borrow this $100 and you're going to pay me back in 30 days, right? Okay. So 30 days goes by and you haven't seen your friend, right? Now they said they were going to pay this $100 back. What's the first thing you do, right? You try to call them on the phone. Hey, you said you're going to pay me back. Do you know when you're going to be able to do that? You said 30 days. It's 30 days now. They don't answer the phone. Okay. So you call them again the next day. Day number 32. They don't answer the phone. Call them the next day. Day number 3. They don't answer the phone. Okay, so a whole week and a half goes by and you haven't talked to them. You're about day number 45, right? So what will be the next step? The next step will probably be for you to go to their house, right? Go to their house and say, hey, you haven't paid me. What's going on? You said you were going to pay me 15 days ago. What's up? Right. Okay. So then you go to the door. They don't answer the door or nobody's home. Right. Okay. So now 45 days later, you're 15 days past your friend is 15 days past the date that they were supposed to pay you back. And now you can't reach them. So you've called them. They didn't answer. You go to their house. They don't answer the door or they're not home. Okay. So those are the best ways to reach them. Right. So now all of a sudden you start calling everybody that they know. Hey, are they okay? Is something wrong? They said they were going to pay me back this $100. I haven't heard from them. Are they okay? Are they sick? Are they in the hospital? Are they dead? Have they had an accident? All these different things, right? Okay, and then after a while, 2 months go by. 60 days, 2 months go by. And now it's, oh, they still haven't paid me back. Okay, well, I guess I'll never get that money. Well, that's not how it works with a debt, with a loan that has collateral. When you have a vehicle that you owe money for, and see, this is what people don't seem to understand. Just because you sign on the dotted line, the contract to get the keys in your hand on that day does not make that vehicle yours. The vehicle is not yours until you've paid it in full. That's the reason why the bank or whoever you finance it through puts a lien on the vehicle, because in case you don't pay them back, they get to take possession, repossess the vehicle so that they can try to get back the money that they loaned you so that you could get the vehicle in the first place. So it's not your vehicle until you've paid for it. So as people talk about, oh no, you can't come get my car. That's my car. Actually, it's not your car. Now, there's a lot of people that's not going to agree with me, and I'm okay with that. But as a debt collector, I understand that until you have the title and the balance on the loan says 0, it's not your vehicle. It's not your vehicle. It's not your vehicle. I promise you it's not your vehicle, because you missed 3 payments and that vehicle is not going to be sitting in your driveway anymore. You missed 3 payments and that vehicle is not going to be sitting in front of your house on the street. It's going to disappear and you're going to think somebody stole it. No, they didn't. Nobody stole it. It was towed away because you didn't pay for it. And it's the same thing where you have a friend who doesn't pay you back. The collectors for cars, they do the same thing that you would do to a friend who's not contacting you back after you just loaned them $100. So your friend doesn't pay you back. What do? You call them. Okay? Your car payment is 10 days late. What do? They call you. Right? You go out there to knock on your friend's door. He doesn't answer. So you 30 days late on your car loan. What do? They come out and knock on your door and say, what's going on? You need to make a payment. You need to call us or something. Right? 60 days, 75 days later, you getting repoed. Why? Because they called everybody on your contact list and they couldn't reach you. Same way, if it's your friend, you're going to call your friend's mom, your friend's brother, sister, aunt, uncle to try to figure out what's going on with your friend because you haven't heard from them in 2 months. Well, see, that's why you have to understand debt collectors are not the devil. They're just doing what for lack of better words, what they're doing is they're trying to force you to pay back what you voluntarily agreed to pay in the first place. That's what they're for. And to be honest, you can't get mad at them for calling you. Now, I'm not going to tell you they don't annoy the crap out of me. I'm not going to tell you that. What I'm going to say is I have no right to get upset, because if I could not pay that debt, then I should not have gone into debt. I should not have agreed and signed on that dotted line and said that I was going to pay for it if I knew that my finances were not in order to pay for it. And that's just the truth of the matter. Yeah, truth hurts, but it's also, it is what it is. If you knew, Or better yet, I'm not going to say if you knew. What I'm going to say is if you didn't pay attention enough to your finances before you signed such a big contract, then that's on you. It's still on you. It's still your fault. And I'm not telling you that to make you feel bad. I'm telling you so that you'll be more conscious and more aware before you sign on a dotted line for something that you may not be able to pay for in the future because you haven't got your finances in order. No, the debt collector is not the devil. They're just asking you to pay back what you voluntarily signed for and agreed to pay back. Now, when you were signing on that dotted line for that $20,000 vehicle, not factoring the car insurance, okay? Because the $20,000 vehicle, it may be a $400 or $500 payment, but you have to factor in the insurance. You have to factor in AAA, because if you get caught up on the side of the road, you don't want them problems. You have to factor in how much the gas is going to be, whether it's going to be 93 octane, whether it's going to be 87 octane. You have to factor in the oil changes that you're going to have to get. You have to factor in the tires that you have to get and rotate out and replace and exchange. All of these things you have to think about. Now, most people don't. All they think is, oh man, I got a car and I didn't have to make a down payment. That's great. But how much interest are you going to pay because you didn't make a down payment? See? Yo, this is deep, and I could talk all day long about this, but I'm not going to. What I want you guys to know, this is Green Fire Motivation telling you that even though I use as an example, you loaning money to a friend, and I use an example of you getting money or getting a loan from a bank or a financing company for a vehicle, when people come back and ask for their money, they're only asking for what you agreed to pay for. So think about that the next time you get upset at a debt collector for calling you at the job that you're supposed to be using your income to pay them back with because you signed on the dotted line and agreed to pay. Just saying. And, to be honest, I'm not just stepping on your toes. I'm stepping on my toes, too, because as I told you guys, I'm on this get out of debt journey. I'm on this get out of debt journey right now, which is the reason why I'm doing the dive into debt series. And so I've actually paid off one of my debts already. And so I'm working on the next one. Now, I don't know about you guys. I don't know how many of you were able to get the $1,500 up for the emergency fund. And you may still be working on that. That's okay. Just use these videos as a prep for when you are ready to start paying off those bills. You can always contact the companies, verify the debt. You can always contact, whoever the original creditor was. Contact them, find out what the debt is, find out the best way to pay it, whether it's faster to pay them, whether it's faster to pay the debt collector company or what have you. Whatever bills it is that you have, use this time. If you haven't got your $1,500 yet for your emergency fund, use this time to get the bills in order that you owe. Now, you may have a binder that has all the bills listed, all the debts listed from least to greatest, or you may be still trying to get that together. That's okay. Just as long as you do get it together so that when you are ready, you got your $1,500 emergency fund and you're ready to start paying off those debts, it can be an organized process. Okay. So anyways, this is your girl Green Fire Motivation, aka Judy Owens. Green definitely means go. If you haven't done so already, hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, hit the bell, leave a comment, and by all means, green means go, green means go, green means go. It has been another Motivation Monday. I'm excited. I will see you guys on Wordivation Wednesday. Bye.